Hey y'all, I am back with my Venus in Cancer video. I know it's been a while, but I have to be about priorities, so I got to take care of those clients that have placed orders. So that's why you haven't seen me in a while. But I'm back with the Venus in Cancer video. I'm sorry I couldn't get to it before Venus left Cancer. Actually, I did. I recorded it, but then it came out real choppy, so I'm recording it again. So let me share my screen. I hope everybody is doing well. All right. Let me just pull up this slideshow. So as you can see, I have the Care Bears here because Venus in Cancer makes me think of Care Bears. Now this video is for those who have Venus in Cancer, and some of what is said could apply to those who have Cancer on the 7th house cusp, like me, or on the 2nd house cusp, especially when I talk about the money issue. Also, those who have Venus conjoined to the moon or Venus in aspect to a planet in Cancer may also resonate with some of what is said. Also, if you have Venus in the 4th house. So, as you know, I always like to start my Venus through the signs videos with a quote. So, I chose this quote from Ann Landers, and it says, "People who care about each other enjoy doing things for one another. They don't consider it servitude." I also come up with keywords to describe Venus through the signs. So for Venus in Cancer, I came up with delectable. Delectable meaning delicious, highly pleasing, delightful. Tenacity is another keyword. Tenacity meaning not easily pulled apart, persistent in maintaining, adhering to, or seeking something value or desired. Another keyword that I found is Meraki. So Meraki is a Greek word and it means the soul, creativity, or love put into something, the essence of yourself that is put into your work. So you know when somebody says, damn, you put your foot in these greens, that's basically Meraki. And that's very Venus in Cancer. Now, Venus in Cancer women know how to capitalize on their cutesy, girly, prissy traits. So that's one of the ways that they capture men. Being coy, batting the eyes, also using your feminine wiles to attract a man. So Venus and Cancer women, they have that down pat. It just comes to them naturally. So it's not like they're being fake or they're putting on. That's just how they are. Nurturing. So Venus and Cancer people tend to be nurturing. They have a need to nurture, but they also want to be nurtured as well. Now, the interesting thing is, or should I say the ironic thing is, this is Tiffany Pollard, and she's a Capricorn, and she's talking about how she's very sweet and nurturing. But if you saw her in action, like on Flavor of Love and other shows, you'll see that she's not that nurturing. But maybe she is in some ways. Now, Venus in Cancer is the caregiver, and basically caring for others is what they do well. So they will nurse you back to health. And some Venus and Cancer individuals could earn money as a nurse. Now, your man may get turned on by seeing you in a sexy nurse costume. You know, the whole naughty nurse motif, and they have a whole genre devoted to nurse themed porn. So just take that into consideration. Now, men with Venus and Cancer could have a girlfriend or a wife who is a nurse. Also, Venus and Cancer individuals need frequent check-ins. So if you're in a relationship with them, don't be surprised if they're texting you quite a bit throughout the day. Venus and Cancer individuals are tactile, touchy-feely. Massages are a great way to connect with your mate. They can take the need to reach out and touch someone a bit too far. So sometimes that touchy-feeliness can go a bit too far. Terms of endearment like baby, boo, babe, bae, sugar, sweetie pie, honey bunch, that is very Venus and Cancer. even if you're not in a relationship with a Venus and Cancer person, especially a Venus and Cancer man, he might, call you honey or sweetie or whatever like that. There was this guy that was always at the convenience store when I would go get my stuff, and he would always call me honey, and I was like, he gotta be a Cancer. Now, some men with Venus and Cancer may use terms of endearment so they don't call you another woman's name by mistake. Now, Venus and Cancer individuals could end up living together quite early on in a relationship, but if Venus is jacked up, there will be problems with living with a mate. Venus and Cancer individuals can be too clingy. They may still try to live with you during a breakup or divorce. Venus and Cancer can be forever. The more history that they have with you, the better. And what's interesting is, here's Andre 3000. He has Venus and Cancer, and here he is saying forever, ever, forever, ever, like that song, Miss Jackson. Venus and Cancer is the old school Venus, the going way back Venus, the two peas in a pod Venus. Memories are very important for Venus and Cancer. Venus and Cancer can be quite sentimental about the past. Venus and Cancer is about needs and necessities. They need and they need to feel needed. Emotional outbursts and upsets are part of the Venus and Cancer's relationship landscape. Being all in their feelings and shit. They will run and hide if their shell is weak. Emotional blackmail tactics can sour a Venus and Cancer relationship. So if you want to use the tears, you better use them sparingly, unless you're dealing with another Venus and Cancer individual, or else that can get really old, especially if you're dealing with like a Sagittarius or a Capricorn or an Aquarius. Don't be surprised if your mate ghosts you, especially if you get too needy. And if you have Venus and Cancer in the 8th or 12th house, you could be ghosted for real. You could be visited by a ghost in your sleep. Home is where the heart is, and this is due to the comfort, safety, and security that it provides. Some people with Venus and Cancer actually get excited about returning home from work. Some can be serious homebodies. Home sweet home is such a Venus and Cancer saying. Some Venus and Cancer men don't mind being house husbands, and some may even be a little too domesticated and willing to allow a woman to be the breadwinner. Some men with Venus and Cancer act kind of pimperish. Don't believe for one second that he's not laying on top of some bitch. Now, when you meet a guy with Venus and Cancer, if he says that he's single and that he's not dealing with anybody, don't believe him. Also, Venus and Cancer men can attract women who will give them money. So there's that pimp theme. Venus and Cancer is the house party couple. So if you have Venus and Cancer, let's say in your 4th house, you could have parents that were throwing house parties when you was growing up. And then when you get older, you might decide to throw your own house parties. Serve your Venus and Cancer partner breakfast in bed every now and then. That could help to keep the relationship intact. And they may think twice before leaving you. Now, women with Venus and Cancer may use food to entice a potential mate or crush. Venus and Cancer is soul food. Now, money could be earned through the restaurant industry, whether the person's a chef or a restaurant hostess. And if you have Venus and Cancer, you could date or marry a chef or a cook. Privacy is a priority for Venus and Cancer, and there could be violations of privacy if Venus is afflicted. Being stuck in the past is one of the problems of Venus in Cancer. Lovers from the past could come back to haunt you. Venus in Cancer produces this peculiar echoing or replication effect where there's just this repeat of things. It also produces a mirroring effect, or you can even say it's where there's these series of reflections, eerie similarities between people, places, and things. That's what Venus in Cancer produces. Venus in Gemini, the same thing, which I forgot to mention with the last video. So both those signs can produce those eerie similarities. With Venus in Cancer, it's more like mirroring. Also, you could attract a mate who mirrors you in a number of ways. Now, Venus in Cancer, women in particular, but even some of the men, can be as vain, if not even more vain, than Leos. The whole vanity furniture concept is very Venus in Cancer. Venus in Cancer has gut feelings about people, and it's for their own protection. So if you have Venus in Cancer, you should always listen to your gut. Venus in Cancer, when in the 5th house, could result in being very protective over your child. Now, if Venus in Cancer is in your 3rd house, you could be very protective over a sibling. Venus in Cancer people look out for family. Family is valued and taken seriously, but family could often be in your pockets. Some of the most patriotic people have Venus in Cancer or in the 4th house. Venus in Cancer is very much about nationalism. Now, your partner could be a hotep, they could be pro-black, or they could be about that white power, brown power, yellow power. Basically, race is a major theme for Venus in Cancer. Now, you could have a mate who is a racist, or they may always be crying racism. They may always be trying to pull the race card. Now, I bet a lot of those people that do these mukbangs have Venus in Cancer because they're using the mukbangs as an excuse to stuff their face. Now, Venus in Cancer, if you need them to do you a favor, offer them a cookie or something to eat. Tell them you're going to buy them some lunch, and usually they're going to be all with it. Now, he must have Venus in Cancer all up in his 1st house to have that big old beer belly like that, or that pot belly. So if you have Venus in your 1st house, you could put on weight, especially around your midsection. Women that have Venus in Cancer in the 1st house, they could have big breasts, or they could also have a big old muffin top. Big girls like bad boys. So Venus in Cancer women, some of them might like to go to the strip club. And some men with Venus in Cancer may be strippers. And remember, I told you Venus in Cancer men can get money out of women. So being a male stripper is a viable career option for a Venus in Cancer man. Blue-eyed soul. So this is Tom Jones right here. He has Venus in Cancer, and he produced blue-eyed soul type of music. So even white people with Venus in Cancer have rhythm. Shoot, when you got Venus in Cancer, you'll be feeling the music regardless of your race, ethnicity, culture, clan. Now, Venus in Cancer can be a real cheapskate, but they sure know how to save for a rainy day, or perhaps some new boobs. And the imagination. Venus in Cancer is full of imagination, beautiful dreams, but also terrible nightmares. They can have a morbid imagination if their partner is not nowhere to be found, if they haven't returned their text or their call in a timely manner. Mother love. So a lot of Venus in Cancer individuals do have a very close relationship with the mother unless Venus is afflicted. And some people with Venus in Cancer, they want a mother instead of a mate. And with some Venus and Cancer individuals, they could have a partner that mirrors their mother in some way. And with Venus in Cancer, you may have to contend with your evil stepmother. Or not your stepmother, I'm sorry, your evil mother-in-law. So that could be one of the problems with Venus in Cancer, dealing with your partner's mother or his family in general. She might not like you from the rip, or she might always be trying to come over and bring over food and stuff, trying to upstage you with the cooking. Earning money through real estate, that is a possibility when Venus is in Cancer. So let's get into these celebrities. Let me get my list. Oh, before we get into the celebrity, we got to do the fashion, but that still includes the celebrities. So here's Halle Berry. She has Venus in Cancer. A lot of times with Venus in Cancer, you want to look good, but you also want to feel comfy at the same time. So you really don't want to put on anything that's going to make you feel too restricted. And wearing super high heels that are very uncomfortable is not really a Venus in Cancer thing unless she's really trying to play up that feminine look. But comfort is key. So as you can see with her looks, even with this silvery dress, and that silvery dress is so Cancer, but even with that silvery dress, it still looks quite comfortable to me. Andre 3000, like I say, he has Venus in Cancer, and here are his Venus in Cancer looks, still very comfortable looking. And what's so funny is he has this gremlin on this sweater, and I talk about Cancer being the gremlin of the zodiac. So here are some Venus in Cancer celebrities and famous people. We have Donald Trump. Donald Trump is a Gemini with Venus conjoined to Saturn. That points to his presidency. He has Venus sex, but that can also deal with where he gets with gold digging women. He has Venus sextile midheaven. That's good for his presidency, but also his career in real estate. Venus conjoined to Saturn points to his career in real estate as well. He has Venus running parallel to his Gemini North Node and conjoined to Procyon. Procyon can be rather dangerous. It can produce situations involving violence. Barack Obama, another president. So Barack Obama has his Venus in Cancer. He's a Leo, and he has Venus quincunx Jupiter, Venus trine Neptune, Chiron, and the South Node. And Chiron and the South Node are in Aquarius. And that makes me think about Michelle Obama, but I'll just stop right there. He has Venus semi-square ascendant as well. Arnold Schwarzenegger, he's another Leo with Venus in Cancer. Venus is conjoined to his sun. Makes me think of his father being a Nazi sympathizer. Remember I told you Venus in Cancer can deal with race. He also has Venus sextile, North Node in Taurus, trine, South Node in Scorpio. That trine to the Scorpio South Node points to him. Oh my God. Why did my Pandora just come on out of nowhere? Wow. Okay, anyway. All right. So that Venus trine South Node deals with him being, the bodybuilder. He has Venus parallel Siwa. That also makes me think of that whole master race Nazi type of sympathizer type thing he got going on. Here we go with Khloe Kardashian. So Khloe Kardashian, where's her birthday at? She is a Cancer with Venus in Cancer, conjoined to her Sun and Mercury. Venus is making a quincunx with her Uranus, challenges in relationships. And also Venus is in trine with her Mars and Saturn, both in Scorpio. Venus is opposing Jupiter in Capricorn, which makes me think of the issue where her father, like who is her father really? Could it be OJ? OJ has Venus in Cancer as well. So OJ is a Cancer with Venus in Cancer, squaring the moon. Challenges in relationships, challenges with your wife. Venus sesame square Jupiter, parallel Pluto, Venus trine Chiron, quincunx Sagittarius South Node. And it's running parallel to Hamal. Hamal is a fixed star that can deal with violence, cruelty, and brutality. Andre 3000. So Andre 3000 is a Gemini with his Venus in Cancer. Makes sense because he doesn't mind really playing up his feminine side. And he has Venus conjoined to Saturn, which can make him very much about his business. Venus squared Jupiter, challenges in relationships, especially in terms of him being able to maintain a certain degree of freedom. Makes sense because that Venus in Cancer can be very clingy. Venus semi-square Sun and conjoined to Castor. So with that Castor, I was wondering if Erykah Badu was like hitting him over the head, because that Castor can deal with where a person is dealing with some type of abuse through women in particular. Angelina Jolie, another Gemini with her Venus in Cancer. So Angelina Jolie has Venus squared Uranus, which can be challenging for relationships. Venus is also squaring her Chiron, very challenging for relationships. It can also deal with a relationship where there's something unconventional about it. Venus is conjoined to her ascendant, so that points to, at one time people thought she was real hot, but I never saw that. Like, I don't see what people was talking about. Venus semi-square Sun can make her too willful in a relationship. Venus sextile South Node, parallel Siwa. That Siwa influence is about those children she adopted, but it can also deal with the children she has on her own. I don't know if she got artificially inseminated for one of those children, one of her biological children. Stevie Nicks. So Stevie Nicks has Venus in Cancer. She's another Gemini, and Venus is squaring her Neptune, which makes me think of her hardcore drug use. So she talks about how when she was in Fleetwood Mac, she was like, all hopped up on all types of drugs. So that points to that. She also has Venus trine South Node opposing the Moon. Oh, and that South Node's in Scorpio, so that points to her being a witch. You see that moon necklace around her, that moon pendant? Yeah. Now, I don't think she's ever came out and admitted that she's a witch, but I know a witch when I see a witch. Who is this? Oh, Azalea Banks. I'm sorry, I don't know much about this girl. She's another Gemini. Venus conjoined to the South Node and Mars conjunct Chiron. Now, that right there points to her being very difficult, because I have heard that about her. And I actually like this picture of her right here. But she be biting her bottom lip a lot. Y'all see that? What's up with that? I guess that's that Venus. That's that Venus conjoined to the South Node, Mars, and Chiron. Also, Venus sextile Mercury, trine Pluto, semi-square Sun, sextile ascendant. So that Venus trine Pluto, that could result in her making a lot of money. Venus sextile Mercury, I guess she writes some of her music, writes some of her songs. Moving along. Anderson Cooper. He is a Gemini, I believe. Let me make sure. Where is he at? Anderson Cooper is a Gemini, and he has Venus conjoined to Jupiter. It's in his 10th house, which points to his career in the media. Also, Venus trine Neptune, Venus trine Chiron. With that Venus trine Neptune, he used to be a model. Venus trine Chiron is in Pisces, and that points to him being a model at one point. But that also points to him being part of the Vanderbilt family, and they became rich off of the shipping industry. So that points to his Chiron being in Pisces, and also that Venus trine Neptune. And Venus trine Neptune is a millionaire aspect. And he has Venus square Moon. That could deal with a rocky relationship with his mother. But you have a lot of gay men that have Venus square Moon in their charts, because that just means that they don't have an attraction to women. Venus semi-square Sun, Venus opposition partisans, that deals with his mother. And also Venus is opposing the part of catastrophe. So basically that deals with his mother losing her son. Not Anderson, but Anderson Cooper's brother committed suicide by jumping out of a 14-story building, or they were on the 14th floor or something like that, right in front of his mother. So that points to that. Nikola Tesla. The reason why I chose him is because He does have Venus in Cancer, but it's in the third house, and he married his pet bird. So the fact that he has Venus in Cancer in the third house, that points to him marrying the bird. He also has Venus square moon, which can point to him not having an attraction to women. He has Venus trine Neptune, which can point to the strides that he made. Let's see, with like that free energy and stuff like that, with hidden forces or unseen forces he was working with, you could say. Busta Rhymes, Busta Rhymes, Busta Rhymes. Let me. I'm just trying to find his birthday. Hold on, he's a Taurus. I know that. Where's he at? I should have this in order, but it doesn't work out so well. Why can't I find? Oh, he's on the last page. That's why. Busta Rhymes. Yeah, he's a Taurus, born on the last day of Taurus and season, and he just looks like a bulldog. He has Venus conjoined to Mars, Venus opposition Jupiter. That's part of what put him putting on all that weight. Venus square Pluto, Venus quincunx Neptune. Neptune's in Sagittarius, so that's another weight producing aspect. Now he does have muscle mass, but goddamn, he started off as this little scrawny dude, and he turned into this big old bulldog looking something. I'm just like, goddamn. But yeah, he also has Venus sextile moon. Now that Venus conjoined to Mars makes me think of his little sidekick, Spliff Star, that I swore was his boyfriend on the side. Halle Berry. So she's a Leo with her Venus being conjoined to Mars and the moon and Mercury, but the moon and Mercury are in Leo. She has Venus trine Saturn and Chiron, which is good for modeling. She has Venus parallel Sappho. Hallie, are you a carpet muncher or what? What's going on with that? She also has Venus conjoined to Panacea. So I'm wondering if she's taking some medication, or maybe that could deal with health supplements. She's taking dietary supplements. Who knows? Iman. Iman was a very popular and accomplished model. She has Venus square Neptune. Now, Neptune rules the modeling industry. So the fact that it's a square is showing that, in the beginning, she probably faced a lot of discrimination, which makes sense. She has Venus conjoined to Uranus and Mercury. That Venus conjoined to Uranus can deal with her getting with David Bowie, who's bisexual. Grace Jones. So Grace Jones was a Taurus with her Venus in Cancer, or is a Taurus with her Venus in Cancer, trying the Scorpio South Node. So that points to her just being this deep, intense type of person in terms of her artistry. She has Venus square Neptune. That could just make her hella weird, but that could be problematic in relationships. Venus is also square in her midheaven, so she might have had a hard time breaking out into her career in the very beginning. Cameron Diaz. So Cameron Diaz, I think she's a Gemini, but let me double check. Oh no, Cameron Diaz is a Virgo. And she has her Venus in Cancer conjoined to the Cancer South Node, square Uranus, and squaring Chiron. So she has Venus square Uranus and Chiron, just like Angelina Jolie. And then she also has, wait a minute, does Angelina? Yup. And then she has Venus semi-squared the sun and conjoined to the ascendant, sextile, moon, and Taurus. Idris Elba. So Idris Elba is a Virgo with his Venus in Cancer, conjoined to the South Node. He definitely got issues with women. Semi-square sun and Mars. And that sun and Mars, of course, Virgo. And that can make him just very difficult and uptight, like in a relationship. Like he's that type of guy where he's cute and all, but let him yell at you a few times, you gonna be like, you ugly ass, old ass bastard. Now, Venus is also in quincunx with Jupiter. Since that could deal with legal problems at some point. Venus sextile Pluto, that's a good aspect for collaborating with people. And he has Venus parallel Cersei. So that could deal with where he gets with a woman that tries to put a love spell on him. Makes me think of K. Michelle. It didn't work for her though. Keanu Reeves. Keanu is a Virgo with his Venus conjoined to Mars. He has Venus semi-square Uranus. That makes me think of what people were saying about him getting caught out there with a transgender. He has Venus, semi-square Mercury, and ascendant, sextile Jupiter, and contra-parallel Hopi, and that points to his Hawaiian heritage. Keke Palmer. So Keke Palmer, I really like this picture of her. Keke Palmer has not much bad to say about her, but didn't she come out as a lesbian? So if she has Venus quincunx moon, that lesbian life ain't going to work out so well for her. So she got Venus trine Pluto, which is really good for making money. She got Venus quincunx Saturn and the moon. Lenny Kravitz. So Lenny Kravitz, what is he? Gemini? Where is he at? Yep, he's a Gemini born May 26th. He has Venus trine Saturn, so he's very serious about his money. And that's really good for a good long-term musical career. He has Venus sextile Uranus, Venus opposing ascendant, and Venus conjoined to the Cancer North Node. So him having that, and it's in the 7th house, and that makes me think of him moving out into the country, because he lives far out into the country, and he's made a nice life for himself that way. He also has a Sagittarius moon, and he's very much into like horses and stuff, and that's so Sagittarius. Also, that big hair is very Sagittarius too. Oh, Miss Robbie. Miss Robbie, she's recently been in the news because of her no good wide hip son. Just Timothy, that's his name. So she got that Venus in Cancer trine moon, which is good for operating a restaurant. She got Venus sextile Saturn, which is good for operating a restaurant. I think she's a Gemini though. She got Venus semi-square Uranus and Venus running parallel to Propus. And Propus can deal with like violence and force. And so I'm like, makes a lot of sense. But yeah, I'm sorry, like Miss Robbie never struck me as being totally innocent her damn self. So when this shit came out, all I had to do was just shake my head and just be like, well, apple don't fall too far from the tree. Kevin Hart. So Kevin Hart is a Cancer with his Venus in sesqui square with Uranus, forming a quincunx with his moon. So he definitely got issues with women. What's up with that heart pendant around his neck, looking kind of feminine? But you know, Venus and Cancer men are very in touch with their feminine side. Some of them, that is. Venus is conjoined to the asteroid Atlantis and Persephone. So that makes me think that somebody was like threatening him at some point, telling him, if you don't do this, this is going to happen to you. Like, they got him by the balls in the industry. That Venus conjoined to Persephone makes me think he could be one of the ones that have been traveling into Epstein's Island or some other shit. I'm just saying, you got to question when these people make it really big. And Kevin Hart's not even that funny to me. His greasy looking ass. Don't get me started on Lauryn Hill. Lauryn Hill is a Gemini. Everything is everything. And she's a 26, so she's all about status and business, and that makes her a very serious artist. Now that 26 like that is reflected with that Venus conjoined to Saturn, and that points to her being very much about status, which is why she got with the Marley, one of the Marley sons. What was his name? Rohan Marley, but I think he was married when she got with him. So, you know, that can produce problems as well. Venus quincunx moon, Venus square Jupiter, Venus semi-square sun. She definitely has relationship problems. But see, it was okay if she got with the Marley son for some clout, just to have some Marley children. She wanted that Marley blood in her lineage. But your problem, Lauren, was when you fell in love with that dude. Everybody knows you don't fall in love with a Marley. They're all over the place when it comes to women, starting with the father. So I'm just saying, also, that Venus conjoined to Saturn dealt with her tax issues, and also Venus square Jupiter, because Jupiter can make you feel like you're above the law. So her basically skipping out on paying taxes, that came back to haunt her. So that's part of her being a 26, having Venus conjoined to Saturn. She actually had to start performing again just to pay down that tax bill. Lionel Richie. Now, Lionel I don't know his birth time, but I'm thinking he might be a Leo rising because his face is kind of like a lion, and his name is Lionel Richie. So he has Venus square Neptune, which is kind of interesting because he's very accomplished in the music industry. But he also has some other things in his chart that points to him being good in music. But that Venus square Neptune can produce problems in relationships, especially in terms of dishonesty, deception. Venus square Moon, so he's another one that could have some challenges with a wife. And Venus semi-square Neptune. Maybe he's down low with that Venus square Moon. You never know. He do look a little like you got a little twinkle in his eye right there. Not too much of a twinkle, just a little bit. Juliette Lewis with her crazy ass. So Juliette Lewis is a Cancer, and she has Venus conjoined to Mercury, which makes me think of the way she speaks. Like, it's hard to explain, but if y'all heard her speak, y'all know what I'm talking about. She has Venus sesame square Neptune, and she does have that weirdness to her. She got Venus square Chiron, Venus sesame square Moon in Pisces. That Moon in Pisces is very much her all to the T. And she's a really good actress. One of the movies she played in was The Other Sister, and she played a woman that had Down syndrome or some type of disability, and she really played that role good. She was really convincing. So that Venus in Cancer conjoined to Mercury really helps her to get into character with the voice and everything. Nipsey Hussle, Leo with Venus in Cancer. He had Venus trine Saturn, Venus trine his South Node, Venus square Juno, and Venus opposition Nemesis. That could deal with an enemy, somebody that is to blame for your misfortune or downfall or even death. And I think some people did have something to say about Lauren London being involved, but I don't believe that. That Venus could deal with somebody else, could deal with somebody in his family that turned him in. Kim Cattrall, she is the hoe extraordinaire because she depicts a big time hoe on Sex in the City. And Sex in the City was a pretty good show. The movies, on the other hand, raggedy. But anyway, she's a Leo with Venus semi-square her sun and Pluto in Leo. So that right there makes me think that, she's a little bit uncomfortable when it comes to those very very sexual scenes that she has to be in. Because remember I said Venus in Cancer is very private. And with it being a semi-square to the sun and Pluto in Leo, yeah, I can see her having a problem with that. Her Venus is conjoined to the fixed star Sirius, which is good for generating wealth and fame, popularity. She actually looks really good here. Biggie Smalls, Notorious B.I.G. So, oops, my bad. So he is a Gemini, and he has Venus conjoined to Mars, opposing Jupiter, square Pluto. That Venus square Pluto makes sense. He was just a nasty dude. If you heard some of his lyrics. Venus comes to Neptune, and Venus conjoined to the Arabic part of private enemy. Surprise, surprise. So as we know that, Biggie Smalls got murdered, and that conjunction points to somebody that he knows that has something to do with it, did he? Northwest. She's so cute, but I don't know why they got eyeshadow on this little girl. Like, what the hell's going on? Just because she's a daughter of celebrities, that means she can wear makeup at a young age? These celebrities. Anyway, I'm not going to talk trash about this little girl. She has Venus conjoined to Mercury, so she might be a singer-songwriter or even a rapper when she gets older. She might follow in her father's footsteps. She has Venus trine North Node, opposing Pluto. That Venus opposition Pluto makes me think of her being surrounded by security all the time, but that can produce serious issues in a relationship. She might not be able to ever find her equal, especially because she's growing up so rich. She has Venus conjoined to the part of commerce, so they're probably going to pimp her out real early if they're not already. In terms of, I don't mean pimp her out sexually, you know what I mean, in terms of being in advertisements and being a model or being in showbiz or something from an early age. That's what I meant. Soldier Boy. So Soldier Boy is a Leo, and he has Venus sextile Mars, but that did not help him out in the looks department or that Venus trine Pluto. he has Venus opposition Uranus and Neptune, and that makes me think of um, him getting caught up with the transgender individual. That was what the rumor said. But god damn, that's a face only a mother could love. And I'm talking about the type of mother that's blind. My man, Valentino. So Valentino is one of my favorite designers. I love his ball gowns. Basically, I love anything that he designs. So he has Venus sextile Neptune, which is great for being a designer. But he has Venus quincunx Saturn, semi-square Sun, and it's conjoined to Zot posterior. Now that is a star that could deal with where you can manifest what you envision, and that's exactly what he does with his creation. Crazy ass Latoya Jackson. So Latoya, I believe, is she a Gemini? What is she? Yep, she's a Gemini. And she has Venus quincunx ascendant, which makes me think she's never satisfied with how she looks, which is why she keeps carving up her face. She has Venus quincunx moon and Chiron in Aquarius, which can make her look artificial or could deal with her being phony in some way. She has Venus semi-square Jupiter and Pluto, and that's in Leo, and it makes me think of what she said about Joe Jackson molesting her and the others. She also has Venus quincunx North Node in Sagittarius. That's like her putting her family on blast and kind of like her distancing herself from her family. Then we have Mel B. So Melanie Brown from the Spice Girls. She has Venus conjoined to Saturn. She's another Gemini. She has Venus square Chiron, Venus semi-square Sun. That Venus square Chiron makes me think of her getting with Eddie Murphy. I think he was still married at the time. And she has Venus contraparallel Arachne. So again, that's like her getting caught up with Eddie Murphy. And Eddie Murphy did her wrong, if my memory serves me correctly. I think he even ordered a paternity test. And this bitch right here, Melinda Gates. So Melinda Gates is a Leo, and she has Venus conjoined to Mars in Cancer. She has Venus sextile Uranus in Virgo, Venus trine Saturn, and Venus parallel Eurydice. Eurydice is an asteroid that deals with death, and it's funny because Eurydice is in Leo, and that's like the death of children. So she probably takes joy in seeing children die off of those vaccines that her and Billy Goat be administering to people, kids in Africa and India and stuff like that. So that's basically my Venus in Cancer video. I'm going to go back over these slides to let y'all just, chat it up a little bit, get your thoughts out. Let me know if you got Venus in Cancer, some of the things that you go through. She got Buddha ears. And she's not aging that well, if you ask me, unless that's just a bad picture of her. But she used to be really cute back in the day. I don't know. Is some of that plastic surgery? Latoya used to be really pretty back in the day, even before she had the nose job. I liked her old nose. It gave her character. But she just messed up her face, just like all the other Jacksons. But I believe what she be saying, though. Usually it'd be the ones that people label as crazy that be telling the truth. Jesus Christ. Like, you can't get, let me just stop. I remember I was pissed off when he first came on the scene. Because what was that song he came out with? Superman, the W River. That was when, like, that stupid ass rap started to become popular. He said something like, I forget. And then I remember somebody told me what that song really meant. Doesn't it mean when a man jacks off on your back or something? Y'all let me know if that's the truth, or maybe I'm just making shit up. But I swear I heard something like that. But yeah, I never liked this kid. And I think this is how he looks now. He still looks like a little kid. He's like a Peter Pan, like that's never going to grow up. Like his face is still going to like look old, but young at the same time. And what's up with those teeth? Again, I can't really talk bad about her. She a little kid. She is cute, but I have a feeling they're gonna really try to capitalize on her. Um, I really don't like Biggie Small, especially again, just hearing some of his lyrics and stuff. I used to like him back in the day, and there are still some songs I listen to, like "Who Shot Ya," and what's that other one? "Give Me the Loot." I love that one, and "You're Nobody Till Somebody Kills You." I like that as well. But yeah, I can't wait to go live because there's quite a few hot topics that I can't wait to get in. And when I think about Biggie, it makes me think about this one dude that's currently in the news right now. But I'm not gonna ruin it because I'm gonna save it for the live stream. So stay tuned because I'm gonna be going live very soon. Not much to say about her, but I do. I remember I first seen her in the Police Academy movie. That's when I first seen Kim Cattrall. Them braids look hella tight. Now that brain can rest in peace. Juliette Lewis, again, she's just that quirky, weird, just offbeat type of character. But, somebody that, you don't mind watching on film. Very interesting. You ever see the movie Natural Born Killers? She was in that. She was in the movie Cape Fear. She always plays like that weird girl that's just like, uh, not much to say about Lionel Richie. Hello, is it me you're looking for? But he got a big ass face, man. Lauryn Hill. Oh, another thing about Lauryn Hill that I forgot to mention, that Venus conjoined Saturn can deal with where her looks are kind of severe. Like that makeup, kind of severe. Those eyebrows are kind of severe. The whole getup that she's wearing is kind of severe. That's why it's like that's what that Saturn can do when it comes to fashion. So at some point she kind of lost her mind and she started to really kind of make herself look unattractive. Like you could purposely see here, like you could see here, she purposely like rubbed her eyebrows in the opposite direction just to have that look. But yeah, Lauren, she's a little trouble, you could tell. But it kind of makes sense though with Venus and quincunx with her moon. Kevin Hart, he is just not attractive, and he's just, again, he's not even that funny to me. So I really asked, what did he have to do to really get put on? Miss Robbie. Oh shit, now I see where Tim gets that cone head from. He gets it from Miss Robbie. She got the same shape head. Matter of fact, he get his whole shape from her. The hips and everything. Look like he's shaped like a soft serve cone dipped in chocolate. Lenny Kravitz, he one of those dudes that on some days you like, oh, he cute, and then on other days you're like, he all right. I mean, he's okay, but he's not really my type. And he looks like he would be very difficult in relationships. Like, are you gonna use that fork? Like he's all particular and stuff. That's a salad fork. Keke Palmer again, don't have much to say about her. Has there been any tea spilled about her? I don't know. Keanu Reeves started to have that crazy old homeless man look. I mean, he could fit right into downtown LA, like for real. He could be like he could build a tent. Like all he gotta do is grow his hair out a little bit more, not wash for a couple of weeks, set up a tent where everybody else is, and nobody would realize that was Keanu because he's on that edge of looking like a homeless man. Before he used to have it going on. Now it's like, okay, that old man looks starting to creep in. And also he's starting to look a little senile too. I'm like, what's going on, Keanu? This I'm just saying, like again, like I said, he's cute, but he ain't all that. And the reason why women think he's so fine is because there's not that many fine men in Hollywood. So, but like I said, take this dude home and spend a good 2 weeks with him with his Virgo ass, and you're gonna start to think that he's not so cute anymore. Trust me, I already know how difficult this dude could be. She looked like what's that thing on Saw? what was his name? Buzzsaw, not Buzzsaw. What was the name? Jigsaw with them deep set eyes. What's going on? Also, I think she's suspect of being trans. She's on my list. Grace Jones is gonna be Grace Jones. You can't do nothing about it. She gonna go to her grave with some crazy shit on. Halle Berry always has that troubled look on her face. Like she's been through a hell of a lot emotionally. And with that Venus and Cancer conjoining Mars, I can see how. So she just has that troubled look. She has that very vulnerable look, like she could break down and cry any minute. This, oh my God, again, I can't get. Every time I see Busta Rhymes, I be like, damn, this dude is big. And he has no neck. Basically, Pluto snatched his neck. Him and his ice blue eyes. He looked like he's into that dark deviant form of sex where he puts on like the latex outfit like from head to toe and he has the mouth part zipped up and he has on like those scuba shoes and stuff like that and like they just into some weird shit. Not much to say about her. But yeah, I'm about to get up out of here. I still got plenty of work to do, but yeah, expect to see me either later on tonight. And I'm sorry if I do it late tonight. Sometimes I gotta do it when the fever hits me. Or I might go live tomorrow. So I don't know. Y'all let me know what you think. If a lot of y'all are gonna be up later, I might go live later tonight. If not, I'll shoot for tomorrow. And what do y'all think about Khloe Kardashian and OJ Simpson? Do you think that could be his daughter? They do have the same jawline and shit, face shape, all that. She got that big ass head like he has. I wouldn't be surprised. And let's not forget, all this is plastic surgery. She used to have more of a broader nose and she had different lips. And yeah, she wasn't like, she still ain't that cute to me, but she really wasn't cute before that, before all this work she had done. But okay, so I'm out. Let me know what you think. If you would like a reading, you could go to my website at rahbinah.com, and I'll be back very soon with a live stream.